Okay guys, I'm going to make this real easy for you, guys and gals I mean, and you've watched all the other videos on your oil pressure sensor, also referred to as an oil pressure sending unit. Well, I found that all the videos out there, as you probably already found out yourself, are not that good. So I, through all my research, have found that the best way to Google it is as the oil pressure switch. You get a whole slew of other information, but it doesn't really get that detailed. I've boiled it all down for you into an either-or situation. Now, after not being able to find it, I finally gave up and got the Haynes manual, which you see here, and I was hoping that it would pinpoint the exact location of the oil pressure switch. However, I found that when I got into it, it actually only says this one right here. The switch is screwed into an oil filter adapter located at the oil filter. Okay, so this is for a 1990s or above, either the Ranger or the Mazda. I will show you that I have the luxurious Mazda B2500, which many of you know is almost identical to the Ford Rangers in the same years. Now, here's where it gets easy. All of your videos either mention the back of the bell housing of the engine where it meets the transmission. Doesn't mention left or right. Another set of videos shows that it's somewhere under the intake here and manifolds and blah blah blah. Well, it's really simple. It's actually, if you can see the oil filter down there, which all these trucks have one. I'll get it a little closer so you can see the wording on it. There's the oil filter. So it's either in these 1990s trucks or above, right under the oil filter, or it's at the back of the bell housing. Well, you can make this easy for you, because if you were to drop a straight line from the firewall down to the bell housing, you would find that the seam where the engine meets the transmission is right there. So I will get over there. You can't really see it, but you're going to make this easy, because if there aren't any wires, there's my EGR tube with all the filament insulation there. If you don't see any wires going down there from the harness, because the harness is right here, it sits over the center of your driver's side engine, you actually see a nexus of wires down there. So don't make this hard for yourself, because if you don't see any wires at the bell housing, then you know you don't have a bell housing. I'll show you. Sometimes it's on the left side, and so if you come over to the left side, you see that connector for what is actually the oxygen sensor. You see how we get the oxygen sensor in there. So don't dig around back there, because you can see the seam where the bell housing meets the transmission. Do you see anything there? Do you see any wires going in there? No. And you won't, because this particular model